Fran and I and our children and grandchildren have really enjoyed different state lodges around Ohio. That's why we're really excited about the new Hocking Hills Lodge. It is absolutely beautiful, and it's situated in just a phenomenal, beautiful part of the state of Ohio.
I was the project manager on the original lodge in 2015-16. We were 6 days away from a $2.5 million renovation, which included a new roof when we lost the lodge to, obviously, a catastrophic fire.
I think we all felt that we'd lost a little piece of ourselves when the lodge burned.
The old lodge was really a fabulous public service. It was a tragic loss.
My last vision of the place physically before this one was actually watching the flames engulf the last one.
It was such an iconic property that was here for almost 50 years.
The Hocking Hills Lodge is a long time coming.
The vision was laid out for something a little more modern, but still rustic.
The thing about the site is the view, right? And so the building was always going to be oriented towards the sweep of the valley and the kind of vista out there. We were inspired a little bit by just the vernacular of Ohio.
So the building is very unique in that it's two completely different buildings from a structural standpoint that are connected together to make it appear as one building.
Early on, we decided we wanted to incorporate some elements of Ohio's hardwood forest into the lodge. From black walnut to maple to hickory, cherry, there are a number of varieties, and those have become the basis for the elements of the back of the bar in the main lobby and dining area, and in the great hall or the reception room down on the ground level. And it really turned out better than we expected. There's a bigger story here too. I mean, we really hit the ground running. We broke construction July 1st of 2020. The pandemic was really just getting started and the world was starting to shut down.
I think a lot has to do with the location. And while it's a beautiful building and a great place to get away, it makes construction a little more difficult.
So this project is the topography, the same steep, rocky cliffs that people come to see. Millions of people come here for that. It does present issues with construction side.
Pretty far away from Logan. It's really out of much cell service, so getting information in and out is pretty difficult. So knowing what we need and when we need it, it's something that you've got to plan ahead for.
Somebody's not just a phone call away. Usually they're coming from Columbus or even further. There's a labor shortage across the entire industry, not just Central Ohio. Getting people at times was a challenge, but we were able to overcome that. Whether that's just working longer hours, working the weekends. So we had an ice storm this past winter that knocked power out to the job site for a week. And, it was middle of winter, so trying to keep the building heated and tempered so drywall doesn't start cracking or paint start failing or wall covering start falling off the wall. And then just being able to see what you're doing. So, we lost almost a week of work.
A lot of lines of communication were out. All the electricity was out. Cell phones were out after just a couple hours. We had to get folks into the site and get electricity back up so that we could get the work going again. And we had to also protect the work that was out there.
The circumstances were the most challenging thing. I mean, I think everyone pulled together, and in the end, it turned out great. But it was, there were a lot of sleepless nights and some hair pulling.
Well, everything is unique about this project. The site is very inspiring. The views are spectacular. We wanted to create a traditional building type, which is a State Park Lodge, but we wanted to do it in a contemporary way and to do it with traditional materials. So it's kind of an interesting mix.
It's going to mean so much to the community. I think it's just going to become another iconic location.
It was an incredible team that put the whole thing together, made every detail shine, and I know we are really proud of what we've produced.
We had a vision, and the vision is now reality.
I think that after opening, we will find our groove, we'll get settled in and be able to really look at some fun things to do here in the lodge And that includes everything from wine dinners in the restaurant to featuring local artists.
Our niche here is truly everybody. I hope they try whatever draws their attention on the menu.
I think it'll also be a beautiful venue for weddings and large events.
Only when it's built that you go, oh wow, that really turned out.
The minute you walk through the front doors, you immediately are connected with the grandeur of this lobby. And then of course the views throughout the lodge are priceless.
Aside from the food I guarantee will be good. The place is spectacular. So just to come and see the place. Yeah, the food might be second fiddle compared to just the experience and the location.
This is probably one of the biggest features in the state of Ohio.
It's a great addition for Ohio State Parks. I mean, Hocking Hills is very well known for its trails, nationally award-winning trails. This just complements that, especially with the overnight guest rooms. It gives an opportunity for the visitors to come here to make additional memories.
One thing I hope they do appreciate is, you know, all the hard work from all the trade contractors that, you know, spent 2 years here. And we had over 600 different workers that put work in place on this project.
I am very excited to allow local people to come back in and visitors to come back in. They have been bursting to come through this door.
I want them to say, wow, and I also want them to, on their way out at the end of their stay, be talking about how quickly they can come back.
I guess just being part of something that's so big that will serve the citizens of the state of Ohio. Hopefully, the folks that have been above me and kind of overseeing this will do them justice, and people will be proud and happy to come here for a long time to come. I still get that sense of awe, like, wow.
There's no other place where you can have luxury accommodations in the heart of the park.
This is my favorite place in the world. So Hocking Hills is my family's happy place.
The biggest impact was when I walked through those front doors. So to come into a facility that is so impressive, yet your eye is drawn aesthetically to the natural part of it, I think is perfection.
We sort of designed the building that, if you come here, it's not all immediately evident, and you've got to kind of poke around a little bit and sort of discover it.
It's going to be a wow. It just doesn't get any better. This is, as I said, this is a gem, one of the gems of the world, and it's so meaningful to me and the public.
This is our gift for Ohioans, and we hope they enjoy it.